What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, it's going to be a lot of exciting stuff happening. Today I'm waiting on one more part to come in, and I'm gonna assemble the car. 100% is gonna be done. I didn't want to really start. I couldn't actually start rebuilding it because the most important part, which was a wheel here, was missing, and I couldn't really assemble anything else until I had all the belts on. But finally, I've got that on, and I'm waiting on one more tube that should be arriving any minute now, and we're gonna get to work, and this car will be done today, and I'm really excited. Yes, awesome. Thank you so much. I've been waiting for this. Yes, guys, just dropped this off. These are the tubes that I need to install in the car. So I officially have every single part I need, and now it's just getting to work and getting this thing all assembled. Are wondering? Yes, it is pretty difficult working with this little space, but it's enough, and it is what it is. So I've ordered pretty much all the parts I need. Here I've got a radiator and a condenser, and here's the core support. Also, I've got the right fender here. So pretty much I've got everything ordered, just a couple more parts in the mail. And the last thing I need to do is pick up one fender tomorrow. But before I do anything else, I want to open up this core support, take a look at it, because this is a vital part in assembling the front end, because it basically dictates how all the parts will fit on the car. So I want to make sure that this thing is nice and straight. The way I'm going to determine the fit, most importantly, is how these holes are going to align with the ones on the car. I also ended up spending $140 on a new battery at Walmart because the original one has a bad cell. I tried charging it in a couple stores, but it didn't work. So ended up spending $140 more that I wasn't expecting. I'm going to transfer a bunch of tabs over from the old core support onto the new one, and then I'm going to go ahead and put this onto the core support. So as soon as that part gets in, we're ready to go put everything else on. So a quick update. You see how the new core support right here did not come with these metal tabs. So I'm taking them off of the old one here and transferring them right over here. So let's do a quick mid-process update. Old core support here, transferring over parts onto the new one. We've got this newly assembled radiator. That's the old one. We got the car right here. We've got the headlight right there. The other headlight in the back. There's gonna be a lot of screws and it'll be hard to keep track of them all. So an idea I got was to get Ziploc bags and write where the screws came from. For example, this one says left-hand fender, and those are the left-hand fender screws and bolts. So it's just a little method I use to keep track of where the screws go. Here's the old fender. New fender is just secured on. We got the new hood on. The belts are already on. Waiting on this tube, of course. We got some other parts off of the core support. Alright guys, this is the old assembly here. Here is the new condenser and radiator. And here's the new OEM radiator fan assembly. I bought this for $330, and right now I'm gonna put it onto the radiator. So this is how the old one looked. And here's the new one. This one looks beautiful. I got everything clamped on here. So the radiator, the condenser, and the radiator fans are now fully complete. This assembly is ready to go onto the core support. Take a closer look here. The fan spins fine. No interference anywhere. Which I've got over here. This is the old core support. We can see it's got a lot of damage up here. More specifically right there. This is the old fender, which I'm gonna have to be taking this V6T badge off and putting it onto the new fender, which I've got just secured on the car, but not fully bolted down. The problem with this fender was this crack right here. And since this is aluminum, this can't really be fixed right. I've already got the brackets taken off of there so I could pull it out easily. I've got these bolts loosened. So as soon as this part gets delivered today, I'm replacing it right away and putting everything else on. And here's the new core support, which I will be putting the radiators onto. The last part I'm waiting on is gonna come anytime today, is this tube. Just because it was hit right there, I decided to replace it completely because on the back side, it has a notch where I think it will be limiting the fluid flow. So I decided to just get a new one. Here we see the old hood. Let's take a look at it. This thing's busted. Here's that Lincoln Mark LT I'm gonna make a video on in the future. This thing is destroyed. Look at that. This thing got a huge hit up in the front. It's gonna need a new engine, everything. Let's go take a look in the garage and see what we got back here. We got a couple of jet skis over here. In the garage, I've got the new bumper I'm putting on, the new grill, a grill that I bought and turns out I did not need. We've also got this 2014 Jetta GLI with a similar damage. I'm going to be working on, I've got a parts one for it as well. So now, this fender is hanging on. I've got the whole front end assembled here. Now I'm going to put on this fender. I've got it right over here. I'm going to put it on this right hand side. Guys, here it is. This is the dealer supercharger fluid tube that I was waiting on. Believe it or not, this thing costs 120 bucks. So now we're gonna get to installing it. Here it is. It's a direct replacement dealer part. So I guess I'm gonna find out if there's any fluid in there right now, because if there is, it's gonna leak out, that's for sure. No fluid came out of this tube, but some came out of here. I'm just collecting it all here. So got two ends of it off. Now I gotta get this end and that end off of this tube, and then I'll go ahead and put the new one on. This is why I'm replacing it, because it has these two indents, and I think that'll be cutting off flow, making it more difficult for the supercharger to run, and that's definitely not something I want to happen. That crazy noise was, and it was the water pump pulley. There's a pulley that goes onto here, and it was rubbing onto this piece of aluminum. When I took it off, this is what I saw. So we can see that one end of it has damage on it, which was really reassuring, because if the water pump was bent, then the entire pulley would be getting scratched. However, we can see that the pulley itself has a bend that causes it to scrape on one side, which is really good. I bought this thing. I bought a replacement one already. It's gonna be coming in the mail. The replacement one will be in the mail 1 to 5 business days. So as soon as that thing is here, we're gonna put it right on, start it back up as long as everything's fine. Radiator support goes back on, headlights in, bumper in, screw in the fenders, and the car is done. This thing starts up, runs perfectly fine. Check this out. No lights on the dash. Basically fully done now. So next video I'll be basically filling in what happened since it was making that crazy noise and when I fixed it and putting together the entire front end. So make sure you like the video if you liked it. Subscribe, make sure not to miss that next upload, and let me know in the comments what you guys think of this breakdown on this car pretty soon, so make sure you stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys next video. And here's the newest buy off Copart. It's a 2006 BMW X5. It's hit right here. It's gonna need some work on the floor panel, but other than that, it's in excellent condition.